NBA 2K18 tutorial number 70. Today I'm going to show you guys how to score 100 points with one player. And you must be like, Sam, why would I want to do that? Because you want this Kobe Christmas Pack. That's why you want to do that, because that gives you a shot at AMETHYST Kobe Bryant on MyTeam. And you need to do that because you need to complete this 81-point Kobe Moments challenge that 2K is requiring us to do to get the free Christmas packs. But 81, that's too easy. We're going to drop 110 over 32 minutes while shooting over 80% field goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify our Boston pace system for Kobe and specifically for the Black Mamba. We are going to push the limits of the playsets in the system to get Kobe 110 points, which is way above the 81-point requirement. That sounds ridiculous, but honestly is going to be doable if you use the system correctly. So obviously you can use the same tactics you see here for the first 60-point challenge that you need to do to get this Ruby Kobe Bryant that you would need to have to do the 81-point challenge. But the same tactics apply, because obviously if you can get 110, you can get 60, right? It's just with the 110, you're going to be able to do it with Kobe. So with the first one, doesn't matter who you use. You can use Penny or any other 2-guard. But this Kobe Bryant here are the stats. And he's got a pick and roll wing plays, but which is fine because what we're going to do here is fine for that. So first things first, you're going to need 5 shooters on the court plus 2 elite shooting point guards. So I got Anthony Davis, Malone, Stockton, and Artest, who are all shooters surrounding Kobe. So you need 2 shooting bigs. Anybody with above 83 points would do, so take your pick, doesn't really matter. But you're going to need a backup elite shooting point guard, so someone like Jason Terry. So my starting elite shooting point guard is Stockton. You do need elite shooting point guards to do this. And also, make sure you let Kobe play within a pace and space system or pace and space coach. As you can see here, I have Alvin Gentry. And also, please make sure you get a Boston or Pelicans playbook because you won't be able to do this without them because you need one of the play sets. And on defense, just make sure Kobe starts at the shooting guard but make him guard the point guard. And whichever point guard he happens to be guarding, make sure the off-ball pressure is set to moderate in defensive settings. You want to do that because you just want Kobe to chill and rest on D. Okay, that's why. So you want to set the tempo to push the pace, the rebounds to crash offensive boards, and the freelance set you want it to pace with motion cuts. Okay, so those are the initial settings you need. And the play you're gonna run is punch loop 2-5. It's a low post play, so you need a player that has low post play. So in my case, Malone. And this is from tutorial number 66. So if you want to watch this play in full detail, you can watch 66, tutorial 66 on my all tutorial playlist. So this play set is for Malone. You call it for Malone, but it ends up going to Kobe. And it's just for Kobe to score via, on the catch. But there are obviously details, so let me go through it. So first things first, you want to lead pass Kobe into the paint. You see here, I'm not doing enough icon lead passing for Kobe to attack the paint, so I kind of lead him to the outside. So the result was good, but the icon lead pass here is not perfect. So you can see it again. This time I'm doing it right. So first step is you don't want to pass it to Malone too early. Okay, so you don't want to pass it to Malone now. You want to pass it to Malone or the elbow guy, whoever you call the play for. You want to pass it to him when Kobe passes and turns on the elbow. You see how my Kobe is turning at the elbow now? He's about to turn into the paint. That's when you want to pass to the elbow guy. So in my case, Malone. And then you want to tap R1, push the left stick into the basket, then tap circle. You want to icon lead pass Kobe into the paint. Now Kobe only has pick and roll wing plays, but that is not the end of the world because if you want to, you can actually also run what I show you in tutorial number 59. This is the fist give 5-2 play. This forces Kobe to do more stuff. He's not scoring on the catch, but this actually still works. It will help Kobe score. And there's also another nice set for Kobe, like all handoff sets for the Black Mamba. This is tutorial number 53. I think this is called a fist give 4. This one also works great with the twist screen, but Kobe is doing a lot more here, so it's gonna tire him out, but it still works. But I suggest on defense, just make sure you chill off ball as Kobe so he doesn't get injured. For those of you who been trying this challenge or you've probably been seeing online, a lot of the time because a lot of players are trying to get Kobe to 81, which requires Kobe to do a lot. If you do too much on defense, or if you focus on not letting him rest on defense, he might end up getting hurt on that end, so don't do that. And on that note, you also want to call timeout every 3 minutes so Kobe's energy don't get lower than 70. Because 2K players are much more likely to get injured if their energy go lower than 70, so make sure you call a timeout for Kobe every 3 minutes until you run out of timeouts, so it doesn't really matter. You just do it till you run out of timeouts. And we're gonna call the punch loop 2-5 again for Malone, but which ends up going to Kobe. So you see, I'm going to pass him along. And when I pass him along, I'm going to lead him away from the paint. So I'm pushing the left stick away from the paint while passing him along. And then when I'm passing to Kobe, I'm going to tap R1, push the left stick at the basket, and lead Kobe into the paint. So make sure you turn icon lead pass on in controller settings and use it for both passes. You're going to icon lead pass Malone outside of the paint, and vice versa. You're going to icon lead pass Kobe into the paint so he can dunk easier. And always make sure Kobe guards the opposing point guard and is always on moderate off-ball pressure every time, because they do switch the point guards off, on, and off. So you're either going to get Boaks or D Brown, okay? And make sure Kobe's on moderate so he can just rest. And by this point, you can just see me, I'm spamming this play. But to run it this well, you need the detail. So make sure at this point, you are icon passing them along. Tap R1, hold L2, lead pass away to the paint. And now you're going to icon lead pass Kobe into the basket. So tap R1, tap circle, but push the left stick at the basket. So one pass you lead Malone out, the other pass you lead Kobe in. And all with icon passes, with icon passing, lead passing turned on in controller setting, okay? This playset is OP and will get you at least 40 points once you start executing correctly. As you can see here, I'm scoring like every time doing this. However, you can't do this all game. You're gonna need another OP action for just variety and reliability's sake until, you know, Kobe gets doubled or you start missing this pass, right? So the alternate action that you need, the second one, say hello to my 5-out pace motion cut slip. You can see it for the first time there, and it gets us free throws and easy baskets. So you're also going to adapt to this one. That's why I told you guys to set the freelance to pace motion cuts. So what you're going to need is to do, you're going to need to have an elite shooting handler bring up the ball. So in this case, it's Terry, elite shooter. Bring the ball to the wing and call an ISO. Get to the wing right here, call an ISO. And then you're going to ask Kobe for a ball screen. Tap L1, hold circle. And then when you see Kobe comes in for the ball screen, and when you see a hard hedge, hold triangle to slip Kobe into the paint. And the hard hedge is guaranteed to happen, okay? This is because you're only gonna do this strategy after you have scored at least 10 points or 15 points with the punch loop playset. Because once you have scored enough points with Kobe doing the punch loop, they start hard hedging him as he sets the screen. And when they hard hedge, you're gonna kill him. So you can see those playsets, the punch loop and the freelance action of the slip, got me 23 points with Kobe in 8 minutes. So this is the correct pace. This will give you more than enough points. You can see that by the stats. So make sure you're in pace motion cuts, and plus you need a handler that has to be a 3-point shooter, so Stockton works too. Get into the wing, call ISO, do it when everyone stands still. It's a dunk and layup every time. And aim to score essentially another 40 points with this. So you want to score 40 points with punch loop and 40 points with the slip. But don't do the slip until you have established scoring a lot with punch loop, so they start messing up the hedge defense, okay? And please, when you're doing this, don't forget to call timeout every 3 minutes to avoid Kobe injury, because they will get hurt. Because I saw on Reddit some guy scored 60 and Kobe got hurt and he needs to do it again. So you don't want that. Kobe timeout every 3 minutes to avoid injury. And beware of help defense and always have shooters everywhere when you're doing this wing pick and roll slip, because if you get the shooters, you see, even when the help comes, they don't dare to come too soon. So you're going to have enough time to finish this layup. But make sure you only slip Kobe after all your teammates are standing still. Because if your teammates are not standing still, they might cut into the paint and mess you up. So wait it out, then slip him, and we still got that small window to go in there, alright? But don't forget to go back to punch loop. Alternate between the punch loop playset from Malone, calling it from Malone, but going to Kobe. And also go back to that wing ISO pick and roll with Kobe slipping the pick. But make sure you always start off with punch loop first, because you gotta establish scoring a lot with Kobe with punch loop, then they start messing up on the hedge, guaranteed. Then you can slip the hedge to kill them and go back to punch loop to screw them. Remember, lead pass Malone out, and icon lead pass Malone out, and then icon lead pass Kobe in, and only pass to Malone after Kobe turns on around the elbow, okay? That's really important. Don't pass it to Malone too early, only after Kobe's around the elbow, and you can slip them again, because if you do the slip tactic, you're gonna get a lot of free throws. So you can see by the shot chart in the first half, the box score. I scored 52 points in 16 minutes, going 24 of 27. That's crazy accurate. And you can see from the shot chart, everything I scored was in the paint, so that's pretty dominant. So I'm gonna leave the entire third quarter here for those of you who want to see the whole thing and how everything flows through, especially on what I do on D, because I just kind of chill on D. I still try to stay fundamentally sound, but I chill on D. And I was actually able to reach the 81 point requirement by the end of the third quarter. So for any of you who are trying to do this, you essentially have 4 full quarters to do it. So if I can do it in 3, you should be able to do it in 4 because I actually scored 110 points over 4 quarters. Execution obviously is gonna be paramount. But the punch loop 2-5 playset for Malone that ends up going to Kobe, as you can see, is absolutely OP, and it's broken because I can score 90% rate at that. Now, if you don't execute that play properly and execute it to the details that I told you, you are gonna get a lot of turnovers and misses doing that. So you gotta get the fundamentals correct in both of these actions. This slip also, you gotta slip when everybody's standing still and go into the wing, and don't do the slip thing until the punch loop has been established to be dominant. And when you're executing the punch loop, you need to icon lead pass Malone out as Kobe gets close to the elbow. So where Malone is standing, and once Malone catches the ball, you gotta immediately icon lead pass Kobe into the basket so he can finish on the catch nice and easy. Okay, so you can see me do it one time here, punch loop 2-5. The devil is in the details, family. You gotta nail this. So icon lead pass Malone out, icon lead pass Kobe back in, good pass to Malone initially, finish. Okay, that looks easy because my execution obviously from doing this a lot, and this is my system, is quite high. You are gonna run into a little bit of frustration when you first start doing this, but it's like, execution is important, but honestly it's also not that hard because I have figured out everything you need to do it. It's the scheming and the testing and finding the play that's hard. Once you have to execute it, you just gotta focus. Alright, and don't forget these timeouts. So the rest of the way, you can watch this the rest of the way if you need to, but I think you have mostly everything you need to know to do this. I just want to leave this entire quarter here because I know some of you are already into the details, and you can see how I set up between the loop and the wing pick and roll like the one I do here. Watch, I wait for everybody to stand still. See, I don't force that there. It's because they're trying to double. So if they double, just let that happen and let it go and go from there. You don't have to panic too much because like I said, I scored 81 points in 3 quarters. So if you just execute these slowly and accurately, you see, I'm just doing the same thing again. I'm going to wait it out. This time I slip. Malone came in, so I'm going to kick it back out. Not going to panic. I try to run him without test here and I slip him back in. See, it still works. So be a little bit patient, don't be too rushy, just understand these 2 tactics will get you to 81 way before the game ends. Like I got to 110, so keep that in mind, alright? As always, thanks for coming by. Tomorrow is going to be a huge defensive tutorial. New system, new everything. And on Monday, Christmas Day, I am going to have a special just channel update and chat with you guys just to figure, and also promoting another tutorial just to see what happens. So there you go. As always, thanks for coming by, and please in the comment section let me know if this worked for you or if this worked better for you, because that's important to me because this is what I did for the challenge. So I want to make sure it works for you to help you out. Okay? As always, thanks for being here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll see all of you next time.